Hi, I'm Raquel and this is Law Librarian Plants. Today I am setting up my catch-all planner for the week of January 5th. Let's get started. So here we have my personal Franken planner, and we're going to turn to the section where we have our weekly, and we're going to go to this week and move one more week, and here we have it. So there we are. So this is my undated dashboard planner from the Happy Planner that I'm using as my catch-all this year, and I'm still getting used to it. I'm so used to my freedom that I had with my Keleva planner. So we'll see how this goes. I am realizing that I may not have stickers for redating. I'm going to take a quick peek at what I have next to me, and hopefully one of them does have something I can use. And if not, I will just get up very quickly and grab something. Yep, that's not going to happen. So let me grab Pastel Dated by Mojo Jojo Plans, and hopefully I can use that one here. All right, so the book I'm going to use is this Winter Essentials by Amber Plants Her Day. And in particular, I was looking through this before starting, and there was a set that caught my attention, and it is this one right here. And the reason it caught my attention is because I'm actually on vacation this week. So I thought a theme of like home and something like that would work. We're not going anywhere for sure. So for me, something, like that seems like the right thing. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set up, I'm going to grab some tweezers. And what I'd like to do first is actually set up my trackers for the week. The trackers are an evolving situation because there's some things I want to track this year that I've never tracked before. So I'm thinking that I may move some of, I will use different categories, or I may use different trackers. So stay tuned for that because, again, I haven't figured out what I'm going to do yet. And it's something that sort of came up as I was planning my goals. So it was kind of unexpected to me. I don't want to have more than 6 trackers, to be quite honest with you. I think that would be a little bit excessive. So, but we'll see. So we have the colors here. I think the gray for sure is one of the colors we can use. So let's find that page. This is Proud Sticker Designs. She makes trackers in all of these colors that you see here. She also makes matching boxes and so forth. I use these almost every single week. Every once in a while, if the sticker book I'm using has trackers that I can use and it has enough and the colors that I need, I will use those instead. But this time we're going to use the ones I have in my stash from Proud Sticker Designs. And then I think I want to use a pink. And of all the pinks here, do I want to also use a maroon? I could use a maroon, but there's not enough maroon to justify it. So of the colors here, there's actually this plum that looks a lot like that pink. So let's go find plum, which is after the blues. Oh no, wow. It looks a lot brighter on its own, although it's not far off, to be honest with you. Let's take a peek see here. Let's apply it to the page. You know what? That's actually not bad. So I think those are the 2 colors I'm going to use. So we're going to set those up right now and get this out of the way here. And so with this, what I think I want to do is I want to just stagger them. So, whoops. I'm going to put one here. You know what? No, I think I'm going to try something different this week. I have this gridded space, and that in some ways is more challenging. For one thing, that line is splitting up the page not quite in half. At least I don't think it is. Let's take a look. Let's use an actual ruler here. It is splitting. Let's see. What is it splitting in half? No, see, this is the 3. And, oh no, it is splitting it in half. Okay, well, there we go. It just looks weird to me for whatever reason. So we're going to start with this one here. I'm going to try to center it as best as I can. Now, this line, this grid line is not centered with that. That I know for a fact. So as I'm centering, I need to be paying attention to the line above, not the line immediately below or immediately next to this, because it's otherwise going to be crooked. And it's still crooked because this is how my planner spreads have been going lately, that even starting with the first sticker, I'm already at a deficit. All right, so let's use this other one. And I think I'll use up most of this space with this. I feel comfortable with that rather than trying to decorate around it. I don't really need the space for something else. So I'm just gonna do lines. So I'm gonna do the gray ones in one line and the pink ones in one line, and that's probably the easiest way to do it. So let's see, one, and then this one. And I can tell it's not, well, it's not centered based on the grid lines, but it is centered based on that big thick line. So that's what I'm going to use. All right. And then let me get my pink ones in place, and then we can put this sticker book away. I'll grab 2 more of those, and 1 and 1 more. All right. Sometimes applying something with your fingers is easier than actually trying to use the tweezers, and sometimes it's not. Okay, I think that's about right. All right, very good. So now those are in place, and I'm liking it. I think it's closer than I thought it was going to be. So I'm gonna pretend that it's perfect, and we'll deal. All right, so now that that's done, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna find some functional items for the right side of the page. So decorating always goes last, for me anyway. And I have this winter boxes by Mojo Jojo Plans. And I think I saw, I saw some gray boxes here, which are pretty good. So I'm going to use some of those. And then I have Winter Boxes 2.0 from Mojo Jojo Plans, which has a pink, which is not the same pink. I know that for a fact, but it will do. So, pardon me. So let's go to the page that has all the different size boxes, like that one. And we're going to use that first. Actually, we're going to use that second. We're going to use the dots first. So, you know what? My patience is very limited today. So I'm going to take these pages out. And I'm also going to find this one has dots. Let me see if, excuse me, if this has a dots page, because I didn't see one. And I know she's modified her designs. Yeah. So I think 2.0, Winter Boxes 1 version 2.0, which it doesn't have a 2.0, but it's version 2 of the Winter Boxes 1 should have some of those dots. Oh, pardon me. I am so dry. And you know something? The grays are different here. The colors are different. I thought this was the same exact color scheme for winter boxes, but it is not. Or at least, so there's this gray and blue. So I think I'm going to have to use this one instead, only because otherwise I don't have a match. So we're going to get this page and this page. All right. And I stopped being precious with my books a long time ago. I am a person, I will not take apart all my books, but I will take sheets out of my books that I use all the time and put them together. And I will also, unless I need to keep them color coordinated, like here, for example, I use bullets every single week, but it makes no sense for me to remove the bullet pages. For one thing, there are no pages of just bullets, but also I want to make sure that when I need to coordinate that I actually have the right colors. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. And I am going to put bullets on Monday. I think Monday is always wacky, even when I'm on vacation. Although right now I have no sense of what day it is because I am filming in the middle of the week because I am off for the holidays. And it's causing some serious cognitive dissonance here. What day is it? Who knows? It is Tuesday. So tomorrow I'm going to be working on my finances. I'm excited about that because I want to put together my budget and my plans for next year. So we'll see how it goes. I use the pink. So I'm going to alternate this pink and gray. I think that's probably the easiest way to do this. I don't want to try to bring another color in because it will definitely make it much harder to coordinate things. So anyway, I hope you're having a great week, or beginning of the week. If you're watching this when it comes out on a Monday, I am having a great time for the holiday break. I decided to wait until the week of the 5th, so the week that you were actually seeing this, to do housework. And I'm just using the holiday week, to plan, reflect, get things sort of set up for the next year. It's sort of like a reset week, but my reset week was actually last week. But it continues because I still have so much to do. As I was doing my last video of my planner series, I realized, oh, wow, I'm missing that page. Oh, I'm missing that page. Oh, I'd like to have that on that page. So I'm going to go back and look at my checklist because I have a feeling I just sort of left it as like, oh, well enough alone. But I have to see what I missed from my original list and then add the things that I need to still do and then get back to those and try to wrap those up this week if I can. That way, when the year really starts for me, when I start really go back to work and all that, I will be in good shape. All right, so now that we have applied, these are the pages that don't work. We have applied our dots. We're going to do boxes because that's the next thing that always follows for me. And I think I will do a large box for this Wednesday. I think if things go as planned, I will be in the grand finale of my kitchen project on Wednesday of this week. I'm starting the project on Monday, and I'm estimating it's going to take 3 days. If it takes 2 days, I'm going to be ecstatic. But what I'm doing is I'm actually emptying out everything from my kitchen except for the furniture, basically. So I have like a cabinets, and I have a kitchen island on wheels. I'm going to empty everything, and I'm going to reorganize my kitchen because what I'm realizing is that, you know what? I am still thinking I'm in a different planner, and I don't really want that box on Wednesday. I want that box on Sunday. I need a big box on Sunday. Anyway, as I was saying, so when I moved in, I'm trying to remember, it was very early. I want to say I took the first week of classes off or something like that. Or no, we were already in classes. So I took the day of our closing off. And then I kind of just threw everything together as fast as I could because I was working and I didn't have vacation plan and all that. So my husband tells me all the time that he's never seen me unpack that quickly. We've moved a few times together. And I basically just wanted everything unpacked as quickly as possible away so the boxes would go away. But what I didn't do was to really spend time thinking about how exactly I needed things to work in my kitchen. And so for a long time when we first moved in, we were going out to dinner a lot. And our budget allowed us to do that. And I just sort of kind of just coasted along, ignore the kitchen situation. But more recently, we've become a one income household, and at least temporarily, and I'm trying to cook a lot more at home. Plus, it's also healthier to eat at home. And that's another thing that we're trying to do. Both of us are trying to get healthier. So what I'm finding is that the kitchen is not working for me anymore, or did not work for me. And I just didn't know it because I wasn't cooking enough to figure that out. So I am emptying the whole kitchen. I'm going to empty the fridge and give it a good clean. I'm going to inventory what's in the freezer. The kitchen, the fridge pretty much it turns around pretty much every week. And then I'm going to rearrange my cabinets. So I'm going to probably end up moving my like the snacks, consolidating snacks and moving more things off the counters into the cabinets, that sort of thing. So yeah. Hi, I'm back. So I thought my microphone had died, but apparently it didn't. We'll see if I get everything done that I need to get done. Wow, this is really huge, so it's not going to go there for sure. So we're going to put it back in the book. Woo! Okay, so maybe we'll call it a hot cocoa kind of break. Actually, I'm going to take the puzzle one first, because one of the things that I have on my goals for next year is restful relaxation. And what I mean by that is that instead of sitting down and scrolling my phone or sitting down and watching TV mindlessly, I hope to do other things that really restore me when I'm taking breaks. So maybe I'll do a puzzle, who knows? Or I wish these were Legos, because I'm more likely to work with a Lego set. But my goal is to do it twice a week on the weeks when I'm off, and once a week, like one afternoon on the weeks when I'm working. So that's sort of the plan. And of course, build smaller things. So not like a afternoon of sitting around or anything like that. But all right. Am I doing any? I am doing some computer work next week. One of the other projects I'm working on next week is a digital declutter, and I have two things that I'm going to work on. One of them is to declutter my Yahoo account, because I'm getting to the point where it's almost filled, and I'm getting warnings that I'm not going to get any email if it gets to a certain point. So I need to really declutter that account. I let it get out of control, and I just got to unsubscribe from a million things and that sort of thing to get it back to, a workable account. And the other thing I'm going to work on next week for my digital declutter is I'm going to do an audit of my Evernote account. I've been using Evernote fairly consistently now for many years, but it's getting unsustainable. The cost is out of this world bad. And so my goal is to really, I am considering moving to Notion, or at least moving some of my system to Notion and keeping some of it. And part of it is because, I've been watching a lot of people using Notion and creating really good, usable tools for their reference materials. And that's what I use Evernote for. I have a lot of reference materials in electronic format only, because I don't want to have all this paper for everything. I have the things that I use all the time, yes, on paper, but all the other things that I refer to from time to time, they can be in electronic format. So I'm going to do that audit. And once I've done the audit and know exactly what's there, then I'll come up with a game plan. And I may keep some things in Evernote, but get enough out of it so that I can move down to one of the unpaid tiers, because I've been paying so much money, and as much as I love it and I know it and I know exactly what I'm doing, it's just unsustainable long term. So that's the kind of plan that I have in mind for that. So that's going to happen also next week, and I can't remember what else I have, but anyway, that's sort of where I am for the week ahead, is to try to get all the things done. And those are the things that I've chosen for my vacation week. Not a very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a hard lift for that week. But the kitchen alone is a big project. And if I get that project done, it's just going to make my life so much better. I'm slowly upgrading things in the kitchen. I can't upgrade the kitchen itself, but I can upgrade things in the kitchen. So that's what I am doing. I'm definitely not wearing my pajamas on Monday. But I might drink some hot cocoa. So maybe I'll use the hot cocoa one there. It's been really weird weather around here. Like today it's super windy and cold. And it was bright sunny. Now it's like finally kind of getting a little bit gray outside. Yesterday it was warm. It was like 50 degrees in January, but pouring all day. So it's not been conducive to, anything helpful. All right. So now we have the left side of the page to decorate. And we're going to take care of that very quickly. Oops. Okay. And I'm trying to remember how I use these spaces. Oh, yeah, this can definitely go here. Or do I want it here? I think I'm going to put it up here. because I have a little bit more room and I don't need all that room there. Snuggle up. Then we're going to put the jams over here in this box, sort of over to the other box too. And it's a hot chocolate kind of day. Yeah, it is. Maybe the winter garden one. I had hoped to empty this thing, but I don't think I will. So, no, I don't like it. Well, I like it. I don't like it there. I think I'll use the hot chocolate one. Not the quote, but the cup. And there go the church bells. I love the fact that our church bells are ringing again. They weren't for the longest time. They were for a while when we first moved in, and then all of a sudden they stopped, and I was like, what's happening going on? And they just started just like that again, and I'm tickled pink about it. All right, so there we have that. Oh, we need a deco for here. Oh, maybe maybe this one, this cookie. I think it's a cookie. Looks like a snowflake, but it's a cookie. Okay. Put it here. Okay. So now I'm going to put my titles. I pulled out some washi, but I'm not even sure I want to use it because it doesn't really go with anything. Let's see. At least I don't think it does anymore. It's this gray color, which is not really, and that's more bluish than gray, although it's a really nice match to this. Yeah, no. And then the pink I don't think is a good pink, especially now that we have two different pinks going on here. I don't think I want to add another one. Oh, we have to date this thing. So let's do that. And then we'll add the titles and we'll be done. All right. I don't think this book has gray now that I think about it. So bear with me for 1 sec while I go get the neutral dated book, which does have gray, because I think I've had enough of the pink. So I want to use some gray to date these pages. If this book has gray, which now I'm looking at it, I'm seeing black, I'm seeing tan. Oh, I do see gray. Okay, or at least I think it's gray. My old eyes don't know what they're seeing. And I don't think it's gray either. Whew. No, it's kind of a brown color rather than gray. Phooey. Okay, well that doesn't work either. Okay, let's see if Rainbow Dated has gray. I don't think it does, but oh yes it does. Woohoo! All right, I love it. I love it. Jojo, you are the bestest because you anticipate everything I want. So I think what I'd like to do is to find the paper version of those. Yes, there we go. And I don't have all the numbers, but I'm going to make numbers. So I'm going to put the days of the week. And we're just going to cover them up like so. Tuesday. Wednesday. It's kind of weird to be decoratively dating this because last year I had a dated planner and it had very big font. So decorative dating was not really a thing. And now I'm like, I want to match the font and the color and this and that. So anyway, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I don't have all the numbers that I need. I'm going to have to figure out a different way of doing it. Saturday and Sunday. And we're going to put headers on the left side too, because I don't like those headers either. So Sunday. All right. Then I need 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. I don't have it in clear. Definitely not that pink. Yeah, this is a very well loved and used book. I used it the first year I had it. I predated a whole planner and vowed never to do that again because that was a big mistake. Oh, wait a minute. There's another set of numbers. Yay! Hooray! We have a winner. Okay. So I don't have to cut up numbers to make the numbers I need. The 5th. And I kind of like the big number with the little day of the week. 6. Oh, I remember. I had another planner that I redated or that I dated that was a dashboard. And I do remember using these bigger numbers. And I liking them, liking how they looked. Probably the reason why I have a lot of them that I'm missing. Which means that next time that JoJo has these books available, I may have to pick up another one. That's all. That is all. Of course, that would break one of my commandments for planner, for not buying planner stuff this year. But does it really if I'm kind of running out? We'll see. We'll see. All right. 11. And yes, I realize I have to move these kind of high in order to not put them on top of the stickers that are there. All right. So my poor book, which is well loved and well used. All right. Next and last, we're going to put some headers, and we're going to call this one done. After much effort and sweat and tears. Okay, no tears, just effort. All right. So we're going to use our to-do. Oh, and I'm so glad these cover this perfectly. I don't have to use a box. Remember, I think is this one. Yeah, that's, nah. Yeah, I'll use remember here. And then here I do need a box. So I'm going to use that little gray box that I pulled out that I didn't use on here. And I'm going to use it right here after I white out, because that will definitely show through on this sticker. So let's white out that title. Oops. I have things falling off my lap, things all over the place. Okay. Then we're going to apply that box. And that's going to be social. Okay, I'm putting things back. See if nothing collapses around me. All right. And we need social and habits to finish this off. Okay. Social now goes in that box. And just a reminder of what I need to do for social media. I have a whole social media planner, but sort of this is my command central. And habits. This is the one thing that I touch every day. If I decide, if I don't have time to touch the other ones, I will still come in here and look at this and fill out things. So there we go. And habits fits right there. I am thinking about getting labels for this. But I haven't decided if I want to use it for a meal plan or if I want to use it for outfit of the day. I do have a little sticky note where I keep my meals for the week, so I really don't need it for meal plans. But on the other hand, it might be nice to have that memorialized here, but I have it written somewhere else. Anyway, this is the kind of thing that I'm always, struggling with, is figuring out how I want to use something. So in any case, I think this is finally done. Let's put it back on the discs and take a quick peek-see and see how it looks. Oh, we have a little bit of sticker paper getting in our way. Cut that off without cutting the sticker, mind you, or cutting into the part of the sticker we want to keep. There we go. All right. So let's fit it back into the disc. And I really wish I had gone with a different pink, because that pink is bugging me to no end. And because I think it kind of goes, but it doesn't. So anyway, let's take a look. Let's see where we are. And I think we are really, truly done. If you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a great day. Bye.